Good day, lords and ladies, and welcome to Season 3 of Battle Brothers with me, Cornish-Knight. Our last campaign ended rather bloodily, though valiantly. I was going to say violently, but it did end like that as well. Fighting against a horde of undead, which were being led by some vampires who quickly hacked us to bits, but that's not here or there. I'm just going to quickly go into the options menu. As you can see, we've got auto loot turned on, so no more mistakes. I'm still not sure if I like the faster AI movement and the faster character movement. I find it a bit hard to watch personally, but hey ho, Battle Brothers it is. I am going to be playing it on... A part of me wonders if we should be playing it on basically like the beginner difficulty so we can see the end events, though I bet people in the comment section will just be telling me to basically play better, or at least not be so ludicrously dangerous. I'm going to be playing on Iron Man again. I am going to... interesting. This game has updated recently, so I haven't had a chance to look at the new campaign sections for a bit. Permanent destruction was on. This is interesting. Cities, towns and castles can be permanently destroyed during late game crises. Having the world go down in flames is one of the many ways you can lose your campaign. Recommended. Okay, so we'll have that on. I am going to do a preset end event for change, rather than have it as random. I think I'm going to go for war. We're going to put on my standard. I do like the standard a lot. Though if you would like me to have another one at a different time, just comment. Let's put this to the Sons of Kurno. Also, I should have just mentioned that you could see the seed number in the bottom right hand section of the screen at the company creation menu. If you want to play my world in this, you can basically take that seed and put it in, and it will generate it for you. So you can play along with me if you're interested. It all went wrong. 2 days ago the company was hired to track down Hoggart the Weasel and his band of raiders, but it was them who found you first. An ambush, some jokes about horses cut short by an arrow to the throat. Arrows started shooting in from everywhere and nowhere. Men holler and scream great volumes before death. As the hail subsides, you draw your weapon with the rest of the men only to collapse to your knees. An arrow has punctured your side. You shout in pain. A hurried glance sees the men charge about you to make a valiant last stand, met in force of steel, clashing with steel. You meet eyes with the captain, a last nod before his throat is cut. You're left in command now of what few men remain. Trembling in pain, you lean on your sword, and with all the will you can muster slowly rise again to the end. This doesn't really sound like what happened in our last battle with the last company. The poor Kurno company. I wonder if we'll come across their remains somewhere in this world. There's Hoggart making a run for it. I just wanted to quickly say that some people have commented about, oh, why didn't you press the retreat button in the last episode and flee? The reason for that being is I was unaware of it at the time, but in an update that they did to the game, in a patch that they did to the game, they made retreating a lot more... In all the versions that I'd played beforehand, retreating was like, if you pressed the retreat button when you weren't on the edge of the map, it was like a big no-no. You ran the risk of like losing a lot of your people, at least if not losing them, suffering like really horrifying injuries. It was basically the thing that you did as like a matter of last resort, and I think the problem I had was I panicked and I did not press that button. But I know now that it's a lot more favourable to press it to retreat from combat. Retreating from combat and you run for your lives, better to fight another day than to die here pointlessly. But here we go. For those of you who are new to the franchise, these are the three stats that you sort of need to keep an eye on, really. Your action points are your AP, which is basically action points are spent on every action, like moving or using a skill. Once they are run out for a turn, you have to go to their next turn to get them back. Stamina, basically... Every action takes stamina and reduces a fixed rate of 15 points per turn. If you basically use up more than 15 points, basically like it generates stamina, fatigue, which builds up. If a character accumulates too much fatigue, they may not be able to rest for the turn. And also this is your morale, which will basically morale checks trigger on the occasions killing an enemy, seeing an enemy has been killed, seeing an ally being killed, seeing an ally fleeing, being hit for 15 or more points of hit points, being encouraged by one opponent, by being engaged by more than one opponent using these certain abilities like rally. All these things feed into it, and you can get improved morale or decreasing morale depending. So let's start off, Rosario. Let's take a... Oh, we missed. That's really bad. I'm going to jump there. I don't know where to put him. If I put him here, it's going to get interesting. Well, let's put him here for a second and block our archer. Where's he going to go? He's probably going to try and flank. Yeah, I thought he was. Hoggart is fleeing. Also, another good point, if you're standing directly behind one of your men with a ranged weapon, you can fire over their shoulder into combat. Like that, we punctured his windpipe. He sort of screeches as the arrow digs into it, but his vocal cords are damaged and he cannot hear or speak. Let's finish him off. Split him wide open. Really? Really? His morale is rubbish, but we're gonna... Really? No! No! Oh, seriously? Oh, my luck with this game is terrible. Put an arrow for his leg. Shield. Cannot lose a man so early on. Oh, that's so unlucky. He almost died in the first battle. Whew. Did we get anything? Oh, a flail. Yeah, that's just great. You're alive, you've won. The adrenaline fades, in its wake you can't help but sink back into the ground. Gritting your teeth, you snap the arrow shaft, your chest heaves. Pain for breath, everything blurs. The company is devastated, cut down to a few men. And that bastard Hoggart did justice to his name, fleeing like a weasel he is. What now, Captain? A voice says from behind. It's Harkon, who sits down beside you, bedding his bloodied axe on his legs. You turn to him to reply, but before you can answer, he continues. Bernard's dead. They slit his throat. He was a good man and a damn good leader, but all it took was one mistake. That makes you the one in charge now, doesn't it? Gurlitt joins the two of you, still breathing heavily. Then Filman. Save the ceremony and atonement for another day. Let's give the men a proper burial and return to Itzendorf to collect our pay. The Weasel's men are slain after all. Besides, the captain, we ought to see to the wounds before we lose you too. Wouldn't want to leave Gurlitt in charge, right? So be it. Let's take a look at our world. Right. How long is it going to take him to heal up? 3 days. Really? Okay. Let's have a look. Okay, that's interesting. Well, for a start, the difference between our last world and this one is that the factions are a lot more balanced. The last faction, and one of the factions in our game, only had literally three houses. Let's see what their relationships are like. House Uldurch, cleansed by flame. The house Elderich revolves around the religious cult that teaches... Oh boy. Religious cult that teaches compassion towards their own, but turned them zealous and unforgiving towards their foes. Generations ago, a large orc invaded and pillaged and destroyed most of what belonged to the family, and it never fully recovered. Since then, the house started many a crusade and punitive expedition deep into orc lands, but never managed to drive the greenskins off for good. House Einstein. Einstein? No, it's not Einstein. Einstein. He dies not whose fame survives. Sorry, he dies not whose fame survives. I get it now. The noble house of Einstein is proud. Essenstein is proud and unrelenting family of a long and blood-stained history of conquest. Seated in their fortress at Cornish-Knight, they take their arms what they consider theirs by right. Ancestral field of House Krieger provides never-ending reasons to keep both hating in their hearts and ore smelters burning. House Krieger, beware the wolf. Most members of the House of Krieger live secluded behind thick doors and barred windows, and some of them have not been seen for years. Rumour has it that their noble blood is plagued with madness and insanity, but no ordinary man dares utter such claims in fear of their vengeance. Other noble houses mainly avoid contact to House Krieger, as a guest may be greeted with open arms as well as a crossbow bolt. Okay, so just to let people know, we have set this so the first sort of like, you do get like more than one crisis in the game, you have multiple crises kick off, but the one that's going to happen first, around day 100, is like the earliest it can happen, or like the average time for it happening, will be a massive civil war. So we need to sort of get ready for a civil war event of some sort. Let's get back on the road, we'll get up here. Our people in a bad nick, which is not fantastic. We had this before. I'm just going to quickly skip this part just so we can get back into the throw of things. God, he's in a really bad state. We have unfinished visit with Hogarth. First, let's see what gear that they have. First off, I need to basically make sure that he has some bandages. Okay, he's in a bad state. He's going to take a while to get back up, which isn't fantastic. Anybody here worth hiring? I'll grab that shield because it's cheap. Not a bad pitchfork. Let's see if we can hire some people. The answer is no, because they are all super expensive. So we're going to grab this pitchfork. Any decent armour of any kind? Nope. Okay, that's always good to know. I suppose I should rename my people. Let's start off with Harkon. Harkon shall be forever known as Defu Axe. Is that how you spell Defu Axe? Defu Axe. I'm having a mental blockage at this moment for some reason. I can't remember how to spell his name, though I spelled it millions of times before. Defu Axe. They still haven't fixed that. Defu Axe. Is that right? Defu Axe. Yes. If not, I just fix it. I apologise in advance. Filman shall become... I don't know if it's a good idea or not, because Fiasco always brings... He always makes our company live in interesting times. Fiasco could be this gentleman here, and this gallant man here can be Mr. John Lockie. Mr. John Lockie, welcome to the company. They're massively expensive. Let's see if we can find someone who's a bit cheaper to hire. Radio. I'm just going to skip over the beginning sort of like dialogue bits just so we can get back on the road. Is there anybody here worth an apprentice? We'll take him, we'll take the stonemason, another apprentice, gambler, squire, let's take him. Let's see what these guys are good at. He's got a peg leg, which is not great. Survivor, that's always nice. Determined. Ooh, he's superstitious though, which is not great. So let's give him that for now, and let's quickly rebuild our line. Give him that so he can jump in there. Any decent gear? Leather tunic, and a thick tunic. It's not bad, it's not fantastic, but Give him that. Give him that. How does our food look? Not fantastic either. Curses upon little or no equipment. Is there anybody else here? I would like to have one more person, really. Peddler for a good price. Grab the farmhand. That's a nice farmhand. He's a bleeder though, but he's dexterous. Right, we'll return here. I need to get some basic appearance of gear, otherwise these people are going to die so quickly it's unbelievable. Yep. Good. Is there anything we can use? Grab the hood. Give it to one of them. I need a shield really badly. How is my money looking? Not fantastic. I grab the spear. Oh, that's in bad nick, but it's not. I desperately need to save money, really. They've only got a buckle and it's not great, but it's better than nothing. You can have that and the buckle. You can have the spear. I'm going to have to very quickly dash and get you. Oh, they have no equipment. I'm going to do this, I'm going to probably regret it, but I need to make sure that these guys basically survive. Oh, that worries me so much. I can't do it, I love my archer too much. Better name these guys as well. He can be... who should we name him as? He can be Liffy. He can be Mr. Panda. He can be, let's see, Rogue. How are we are for food? I'm going to grab a little bit more food because my guys, one of my men needs a little bit of time to get back on his feet. So where are we supposed to be going? Well, it's close to our destination anyway. We'll rush back up here. How badly is he? It's going to take a while, isn't it? Another 2 days, really? Do they have any shields? No. That's the weaponsmith. Oh, they have so much lovely stuff here. I really need a shield. There's no point really getting bucklers. Maybe I'll get one. May the gods have mercy on my soul. I need hoods though. I need some kind of headgear protection for these people, otherwise they could all start dropping like flies. Not that a straw hat can offer much protection. camp. Get my boys healed up. We'll go and fight Hogarth this episode. Come on. Let's just take a look at the world, surrounding world. So we know that this is going to be a civil war, basically. So it's going to be a war between the three factions. The Lion faction seems to be the smallest of the three. Okay, the Sun faction is the ones that are going to be the most mentally unstable. That's not great news for me. Actually, I take that back. They all seem to be relatively the same amount this time around. That's nice. Though the Stag do look like to have the most. Come on. Just getting my man back up to full health. There we go. It's evening. It's not great. A brigand poacher, so there's an archer with them. That's not. I'll wait until. Should I wait now or go at night? Nighttime isn't fantastic. So we're just going to wait. Let the time tick on slightly. Hit them at dawn. Here we go. Oh, at least we have the high ground for a second. Who should we shoot at? Probably him. Missed wide. Jump into the bushes here. There goes Hogarth. Jump into the bushes here. Move him here, spear wall, move him up. He's going to be the biggest threat I need to worry about. Ooh yeah, ripped his neck wide open. Lovely done. Jump and finish him off. That might be worth it, actually. Just so he can't. Ooh, that's not great. Do I want to basically knock him back and then try and fall back? If it leaves my pikeman wide open. Hack his shield. That might be worth. I don't like the idea. Actually, hold on. Take an arrow in the chest, my friend. Ooh, that's not great. Axeman. Whose next turn is it? He's probably got to try and move up there. I'm going to hold off for a second. He's got to try and jump up. Put him there. Put my axeman there so he's flanked. Yeah, I thought he was going to do that. Stab at him. Reload. Arrow through the leg, or for the arm, and the bandit sort of screeches. It's like, oh, my arm! My arm! Where's he running off to? Headshot. Ah, that's a shame. His armor is almost done, so I'm not going to risk him getting hit. I'm going to jump him down here. Though I do want to get someone into this. Axeman cometh. Get rid of his shield. Stab him again. Get rid of most of his armour. Ooh, okay, he needs to get up there quick. How much health has he got? He might be able to fix it in this turn. If not, I'll just shoot him. Arrow through the crossbow hand. He's in a bad way. Jump up here, snatch him. Cut his hand wide open, almost took his hand clean off. Also stabbed to death. So now he's got no one left to defend. And we so send someone to hunt this archer down. Get him here. Get him here. Bandage him. Actually, wait, is he still bleeding? Yeah. Go and hide in a bush. No! Oh, that's bad. Surprise! Let's try and finish him off before this bloke bleeds out. Here we go. Lovely, lovely blood flying everywhere. Reload. Probably can't get him, so we've got to relocate. Run over here, hopefully break his morale. That didn't work. Ooh, that's not great. Will you stop stabbing me, evil archer that you are? Body blow. And we killed him off. Some damage. Gray's neck isn't fantastic. Fiasco leveled up. We got a little bit of gear, nothing great. Hoggart lies dead in a pool of his own blood, skewered into a grotesque and panicked pose. He doesn't weasel his way out of this one. You put a boot on his corpse and look at your men. For the company, for all the men who have fallen. Mr. John Locke spits on the dead man's face. Let us take the bastard's head back and go back to Eschendorf. I will try and be a lot more tactical and just explaining why I'm doing things. I tend to get slightly rushed, so I apologise that is the case. Drop off the salt, that's a nice amount. Drop that off, don't want that. Tools were okay for a second. Is there anybody here that's worth recruiting as an archer? Maybe the peddler, perhaps? Let's hire him and see what he's like. No, peddler's not fantastic. Sure-footed. He's brave though, that might be useful. Yes. Well, he can't shoot for toffee. Fiasco leveled up though, which is nice. So let's buff those stats. Colossus, which is always very nice to have. He can't do anything, so let's just give him a bow. At least I have someone shooting at the back. Even if he's terrible at it. That Grey's neck is going to be a pain. What should we call him? In our... No, that won't do at all. Let's call him... Indy. There we go. Indy, here you are. Yep. We've had that before. Basically telling us that if we rest we can get our health back and repair our gear quicker, which is always nice. Brigand hunters. War dogs, some poachers and some thugs. Ooh, that's interesting. I wonder... No, they're not going to get caught by the company in time, unfortunately. Or are they? Maybe I should have joined in sooner. I was hoping... Yes, there we go, let's just... Should we do this quickly, or should we wait for next time? I think we might wait for next time, folks. I've been Cornish-Knight. If you have liked, please press the like button. If you wish to subscribe, please press the subscription button. You can follow me on Facebook and Twitter at the links below, or leave a comment in the comment section, and tune in next episode for a nice little four-way action between me and a couple of mercenary companies and some brigands. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.